Hello, my leaders. Welcome to October week number 3. This week is going to be a lot of fun. We're talking about holding on to God's promises even when you don't know what to do, right? So even though sometimes we're going to come up with problems and stuff that we have to solve really quickly, we can hold on to God's promises that God knows what's best, and we can rely on Him to do some of that. And so all of that is going on with Moses being born. And even though he was born, right, he was supposed to be killed because the king was killing all of the babies in the area that are boys in that age. And so all of that's happening, and Moses is born in the midst of this, and then his mom had to figure out something real quick to fix the problem, right? And so that's what this is all about. She had grit. She was refusing to give up. She was refusing to let her baby be killed. And so all of that is going to go along with how we're doing our small group today. Now, today we are again focusing on our 3 big points, our connect, study, and pray. And so definitely make sure that you're doing those today in your small groups. Then we are still going through that monthly memory verse of let us not become tired of doing good. At the right time, we will gather a crop if we don't give up, Galatians 6:9. And grit we're defining as refusing to give up when life gets hard. Now, this first activity, they have some problems to solve, okay? So they're basically riddles or different things that you can work on with these guys to see if they can solve these problems or understand how to fix them, that kind of thing. And so go through those as just a warm-up for those kids. Now this next one is you'll have some gathering activity pages, and basically these will be all around everywhere, and you'll have some numbers that are all around everywhere, okay? In your room. And so when you have those, definitely spread them out kind of all over. The goal though is for the kids to pair up or get in groups of 3 or so and find the numbers in order. And the big part is in order, okay? If they find another number, it doesn't matter unless they are at that number, okay? So see if you can make it a competition of kids finding whichever numbers and figuring it out and getting it back to 1 through 10 the fastest, okay? Then let's go to large group, and we'll talk about how that Moses story and how his birth happened and all of that stuff. And so then you're going to come back and you're going to do a cliffhanger story activity page. And basically what this is it's different scenarios for you guys on cliffhangers, okay? And the kids need to figure out what would I do in this situation to figure out the problem that's going on here. And so it's basically getting them in the mindset of like problem solving and figuring that stuff out, and how Moses' mom actually had to do that, okay? Jochebed. And so all of that to say, be prepared to share a time when maybe you've had something like that happen, where there was like this weird cliffhanger thing going on and you had to quickly figure out what to do about it, okay? So that's just getting them in that mindset. Then there is a sandpaper art activity page, and basically the sandpaper is representing grit, or just keep going, and even though it's rough, it's not always easy, we can still keep going with it, okay? But with that, they're going to make a sandpaper art, and here's a quick preview on what that looks like using crayons. And then you have some discussion questions that go along with that. Discussion questions about Jochebed, and then discussion questions that break it down into what they're thinking and kind of get them involved in that. Then you have a memory activity, and basically what you're just doing is getting them to say it as fast as they possibly can, okay? So the kids should basically, some of the kids should know it by now. You, of course, won't have all of them know it by now, but some of the kids should know it by now, so they should be able to say some of the verse and try to get them to say it as fast as possible, saying 1 or 2 words at a time per kid and going around a circle, and see how fast you can break it. Maybe we'll have like a record of, how fast they can make that verse or whatever. Then the next one is your prayer and closing activity. So have them hold those sandpaper pieces and encourage them to think about ways that they would like God to grow them, or they would like God to develop them into a better person, into more of what they're supposed to be as a child of God, that kind of thing. And then also remind them that God is always here with us and always helping us through a lot of different things, okay? And then you can pray together with them. And that's it for this week, guys. Thank you guys so much for all that you guys do. We will see you guys soon.